Will Germany finally break their 12-year knockout curse, or are we about to witness one of the biggest giant killings in World Cup history? Stay tuned, because this match is going to be absolute chaos. Germany's first FIFA World Cup knockout match since that World Cup final win in 2014. Yes, you heard that right. Germany hadn't played a single FIFA World Cup knockout game since 2014 because, obviously, you already know their recent track record. Out in the group stage in 2022, out in the group stage in 2018. But guys, this time Germany has officially made it to the knockout rounds.
So there's absolutely no room for errors here. Germany is facing Paraguay. Now, on paper, you'd probably say, "Come on, man, Germany's got this easily. Why are you making such a pointless video?" But big brothers, if you've watched football, you know this is the FIFA World Cup and anything can happen. Plus, we are up against a mighty Paraguay side, and you can never underestimate any team. But for Germany, the group stage was a bit bittersweet. The start was absolutely phenomenal against Curaçao, where we saw Germany smash 7 goals. A 7-1 scoreline look away, Brazil fans. I am so sorry. But then, guys, the last match Germany played against Ecuador? No, that was not a good performance at all. After Leroy Sané scored in just the second minute, Ecuador staged a massive comeback, opened up their defense, and Gonzalo Plata scored to literally create history. Just look at these player ratings right here. Alexander Pavlovic's rating at halftime was so poor he got hooked off. Look at Manuel Neuer's rating. The guy made some serious mistakes in this match. Look at Joshua Kimmich's rating. Look at Nico Schlotterbeck and Felix Nmeka's ratings, my brothers. This looks like trouble. Even your best of the best players, like Jamal Musiala, didn't have a good game. And the worst thing, the absolute worst thing, guys, is that Ecuador created a higher XG than Germany in this match. The only saving grace? Germany had already qualified before playing this match. So, we don't need to judge Germany too harshly based on this single performance. Germany could afford to lose this game, I've said this before. But the sheer lack of hunger we saw from Germany in that match, if you show that against Paraguay, or if Paraguay was watching that game, they will be like, man, if Ecuador can do it, so can we. And guys, Paraguay is a team that has only played 5 knockout matches in their entire FIFA World Cup history. Just 5 knockout matches compared to Germany, who has 4 FIFA World Cup trophies. So the massive gulf in class is already completely obvious. But guys, in those 5 knockout matches Paraguay played, there wasn't a single game where Paraguay actually scored a goal in normal time. Even during their historic 2010 campaign where they reached the quarterfinals, they only advanced by beating Japan on a penalty shootout in the round of 16. So basically, Paraguay doesn't concede easily, but they also struggle to score goals. It's as simple as that. But guys, all it takes is a 1-goal difference. A team can win with just 1 goal, and Paraguay just proved that to us. This match happened between the mighty Paraguay and a tough Turkey side, where Paraguay managed to defend their lead even while playing a man down. Damian Galarza scored in the 2nd minute, but by the 45th minute, Miguel Almiron got a straight red card. Because of that, as you can see here, the Turkish team spent the entire match throwing everything at them. Let me show you the stats. Your mind will literally blow. Look at that. With only 22% possession and a man down, Turkey took 32 shots, 5 on target, created 5 big chances, and missed all 5 big chances. And who came out as the winners? Paraguay. So, what I am saying is that these kinds of fixtures happen. The possibility is right there. But you still wouldn't bet against Germany because, as loyal fans, we will obviously say that on paper, Germany are the favorites. And honestly, why shouldn't they be? Germany has the best of the best players. But what is Germany's biggest strength? I have always said that you should never underestimate German teams, whether it's at the club level or the national team. Never question their elite mentality. They might lag behind slightly in terms of pure talent, structure, or tactical innovation sometimes, but never in terms of mentality and hunger. But in that Ecuador match, I was completely proven wrong. I saw a in sheer lack of mentality from Germany in that game, their total inability to execute anything to win. Or maybe they just didn't want to win that match because they were fine with the result since they had already qualified. But what's going to happen in this upcoming match? The biggest question is how both teams are going to line up. I was studying Paraguay's recent matches, and they fielded their players in two different setups, a 5-4-1 system and a 4-4-2 system. I feel like because Miguel Almiron is coming back for this match since he got that red card in the game before and was suspended, but is now fully available, Paraguay will likely set up in a 4-4-2 system. Germany obviously plays in a 4-2-3-1 setup, and they will stick to that. So in my opinion, Manuel Neuer will stay in goal. I don't think Neuer will be dropped. But you tell me, guys, after Neuer's poor performances in the recent matches, do you think Oliver Baumann should get the start? Don't you think that if we keep dragging Neuer out like this, it might just lessen his value? I mean, for me, Neuer is the GOAT. Neuer doesn't just stop being elite because of a few bad games here and there, so Neuer is still Neuer to me. But let's help the guy out. Baumann gave incredible performances throughout the World Cup qualifying campaign, so you could easily play Baumann. But as far as I think, Julian Nagelsmann doesn't have the guts to bench Manuel Neuer. When you bring a guy out of retirement to play, you don't just tell him to go sit on the bench. It's as simple as that. So, Neuer will be starting. In defense, there's a problem. Nico Schlotterbeck has an injury, so Antonio Rudiger and Jonathan Tah will play. Nathaniel Brown was out last match because an injury was making him nervous, but he should be fit to start this match as a right-back. Nemecha, Pavlovic, Musiala, Sané, Florian Wirtz, and Kai Havertz make no changes over here. The change will be in the mindset. The change will be in the approach. Now, the thing is, Nemecha and Pavlovic's last match against a highly aggressive South American outfit like Ecuador was not good at all. There have been a lot of people like Oliver Kahn calling this out and saying that there is a massive need to play Kimmich in the midfield and put someone else at right back. Because as we saw in the last match, Pavlovic was struggling badly. It was a rough struggle. Pavlovic is a very good player overall, but there are just some matches where you struggle, and you struggle against certain types of teams. That's exactly what happened to Pavlovic. Even Nemecha didn't have a good game. But still, I feel Nemecha is more capable at the moment. So, do you think we should play Kimmich in the midfield and put Malik Thiaw at right back here? Should that be the case? Now, you might ask, hey, why aren't you showing Deniz Undav? Look, Undav isn't playing. Undav will not play. I'm betting money that Undav won't play, guys. If he does play, that's great, but what can we do if Nagelsmann refuses to start him? Guys, Undav's presence is heavily needed in this match. They need a proper line leader in this game because Paraguay is a highly solid defensive unit. They are known for their defending. You have Andres Cubas, who gave a super performance against Turkey. And then in the match against Chile, where it ended in a 0-0 draw, Omar Alderete was the top performer. You have Gustavo Gomez. You have Omar Alderete, some of the meanest, toughest defenders out there. Robert Harrison's defensive performances as a right-back have been absolutely top tier. Plus, you have Junior Alonso as well. So they will set up heavily on the back foot like this. Later in the midfield, you have Cubas, but there is one major doubt because Diego Gomez is completely out of this match. The guy picked up an accumulation of yellow cards, guys. Meaning, if you pick up 2 yellow cards by the end of the group stage, you are suspended for your first knockout match. But if you only have 1 yellow card in the group stage, that single yellow card gets wiped off once you clear the group stage. But because Diego Gomez picked up 2 yellow cards, he is out for this match. Stepping into the midfield will be Damian Bobadilla. I'm not joking, Bobadilla is a quality player. He's really good. He can come right in. And there's another player, probably Alejandro Romero Gamara, Kaku, who is an attacking midfielder, but he operates heavily on the attacking side of the game. So if they need to change the game or need more quality in attack, maybe they pair Kaku up with Cubas. But I feel Paraguay will focus heavily on the defensive side of the game first. They might approach the game by trying to absorb as much of Germany's pressure as possible, and then try to sneak a goal later on.
If that's Gustavo Alfaro's approach here, then Bobadilla plays. Aside from that, Miguel Almiron is back, so Miggy will start. And there's one player Germany absolutely must watch out for, and that's Damian Galarza. He scored the winning goal last match, guys. In that Turkey match, Galarza looked incredibly sharp. He can play inside, he can play outside. But even more important than Galarza, or should I say, the most important player in this Paraguay squad is Julio Enciso. The guy has picked up 2 assists on both goals, created the highest number of chances, is a total live wire in open play, and initiates the most presses. Enciso is an absolute top-tier, elite player. But where this Paraguay team severely lacks quality is their box presence. Whether you talk about Alex Arce or their other striker, these guys just aren't clinical enough, man. We saw it in both of their previous matches. They will keep moving, they will show box presence, but when it actually comes down to finishing the chance and scoring the goal, they are not good. So, where will the goals come from? I don't know. Maybe a set piece, maybe a deflected shot, maybe a moment of pure magic from Julio Enciso, maybe a curling effort from Almiron, or maybe Galarza making a run in behind to score. Those are definitely possibilities. But guys, there's a crazy narrative going around about playing Musiala deeper in midfield alongside Felix and Mecha, and putting Thiaw at right back. Now, what would that achieve? We know that Paraguay is a highly capable defensive unit. Whether it's Cubas, Diego Gomez, or Bobadilla playing, they defend very deep, and Galarza drops down significantly to help defend the channels. So basically what they do is play a 5-4-1, where they set up a 3-man midfield very close together and defend incredibly narrow. They mark the central spaces heavily. They want to frustrate you right there. And where is Germany's biggest strength? Germany's strength lies in the quick link-up play between their creative players. You have Musiala and Wirtz operating between the pockets, and Havertz dropping deep. So, you are going to see a highly condensed, solid, and compact defensive backline from Paraguay. Even Enciso drops wide into the channels and defends centrally when needed, making them extremely narrow. Here, it will be Leroy Sané's responsibility to stretch the pitch, pin Alonso down on the right wing position, and create width. The same goes for Nathaniel Brown. Since he likes to push up high, his responsibility will be to create a 2v1 situations with Sané against Paraguay's fullbacks, where you'll see Almiron tracking back to help out, effectively forming a back 5. Right there, you'll see Cubas, Bobadilla, and Galarza completely packing the central spaces. Enciso also helps out a lot with wide defending and tracks back constantly, so that's the kind of scenario we are looking at. But this is exactly where players like Musiala become crucial in those tight pocket spaces. Germany's ultimate strength is their rapid link-up play and their footballing intelligence, thanks to the sheer quality of players like Musiala who can dribble out of tight spots and find his positioning. The reason I am saying it might be better to play Kimmich in the midfield alongside Nmecha is because if Germany is pushed up high and the play breaks down, Kimmich becomes absolutely vital to stop the counter-attack. To break up that transition, Nmecha will be very important too. But Kimmich holds the maximum responsibility in the central areas for ball progression. Kimmich's passing range, his ability to break up play, and his precise crosses which even turn into a goal threat when he pushes forward, are massive. This is exactly what this German team has been lacking in recent matches. We've seen Kimmich play in the midfield for Bayern Munich, and we've seen what a crazy season the guy has had. So, I feel Kimmich having a higher average position somewhere around here since Musiala pushes a bit higher up the pitch while Nmecha controls things from deep, could help Germany break into the penalty box a bit more smoothly. Whether it's a combination with Sané or Musiala, Kimmich's raw strength in that midfield will be highly important because Paraguay is incredibly aggressive and physical. But guys, if I put all these tactical talks aside and look purely at raw talent and individual difference makers, Angelo Stiller also has a great case to start this match. It's highly possible we see the same formation, but Angelo Stiller starts right in place of Pavlovic. That would be fantastic to cool down the tempo of the game and control the match, as he is a very composed player. there's a real chance Stiller starts over Pavlovic while Kimmich remains at right back. But guys, you can clearly see that the difference in quality is definitely there on the pitch. Even off the bench, Germany has incredible difference makers. You can look at Maximilian Bayer, Denis Undav, or Serge Gnabry. These are all players who can come off the bench and create a massive impact for Germany. This game has a strong possibility of going into extra time, and honestly, forget extra time. This game could easily go all the way to penalties. Paraguay will try their absolute best to drag this game out to the 80th or 90th minute at 0-0. They will pull it into extra time, and when legs start getting tired, that's exactly when the passion and high intensity of these South American teams shines through. When you are completely tired out, that's when their intensity hits you. So it's highly possible the game goes to extra time, a goal gets scored there, or it goes down to a penalty shootout. I don't know, man. But my prediction is still going to be Germany. There is absolutely no reason for me to doubt Germany here. I think they will beat Paraguay by at least a minimum margin. Because if they beat Paraguay, their next fixture is going to be incredibly tough, likely facing France. When that match comes, we will talk about it. But you already know it's going to be extremely difficult. So guys, that's everything about Germany. But we have another massive game to talk about, which is the Netherlands taking on Morocco. In my opinion, this is going to be one of the best matches of the tournament. You're going to see two of the most highly technical teams going head-to-head, and this game promises pure quality. The Netherlands has exceptional talent. We are talking about stars like Cody Gakpo, Tijani Reinders, Frenkie de Jong, and look at the raw physical strength of Brian Brobby. The guy is an absolute monster, a dangerous beast, my brothers. If you look at their recent matches, the Netherlands beat Tunisia 3-1, smashed Sweden 5-1, and drew their opening match 2-2 against a highly organized Japan team. But if I look at their lineup, how do they usually set up? They run a smooth 4-3-3 system, and you can see that their defenders have contributed heavily during this World Cup. Jan-Paul van Hecke has scored, and even Virgil van Dijk has found the back of the net in recent games. On the flip side, let's talk about Morocco. Morocco played an incredible opening game against Brazil, securing an inspired 0-0 draw. After that, they ground out a heavily contested, hard-fought win against Scotland. Highly solid. Then they went on to completely dismantle Haiti, with their players scoring absolute world-class goals. Their baseline setup is a classic 4-2-3-1. They used this exact lineup against Haiti where they rested a few key players. Noussair Mazraoui didn't play, Sofiane Amrabat played, but some others like Azzedine, Ounahi were rested. They definitely rotated a few players to keep them fresh for this match. Now if we talk about the Netherlands, what is their biggest strength? The Netherlands' strength is their incredible ability on the ball and how effectively they utilize possession. Ronald Koeman loves playing through the wide channels, giving his wingers immense freedom, whether it's Donyell Malen, Crescencio Somerville, or Cody Gakpo. And surprisingly, Cody Gakpo has been absolutely killing it in this FIFA World Cup. Guys, the issue was never with the player. The issue was with that, well, let's not talk about Arne Slot right now. But man, this midfield battle is going to be something else, my brothers. The Dutch midfield going up against the Moroccan midfield features pure ballers. On one side, we are looking at a highly technical, elegant, and composed midfield of Frenkie de Jong, Ryan Gravenberch, and Tijani Reinders. On the other hand, we have the midfield of Bilal El Khanous, Elias Ben Seguir, and Azzedine Ounahi. I really hope this is the midfield they go with. I don't know if Amrabat will start or not, but since Amrabat started the last match, I feel Ben Seguir will play this one, and his inclusion is highly necessary, my brothers. This isn't a purely physical, aggressive game where players are just going to break legs. I mean, Uruguay isn't playing here. So in my opinion, Ben Seguir should definitely start this match. I feel like the guy is fully ready. We already saw him play against Brazil, and he looked completely unfazed in that game. So why not start him in this massive, crucial knockout match? When it comes to the rest of the lineup, I don't see many changes. I think Denzel Dumfries, Van Hecke, Van Dijk, and Mickey van de Ven will start assuming Van de Ven is fully fit. He's a lock to start. Currently, As of now, he is fit to play. If any issues pop up later, I don't know, but this midfield looks locked. Up front, Brian Brobby will start as the striker for me, not Memphis Depay. Gakpo and Daniel Malin will be on the wings. Now, people might ask, why not start Crescencio Somerville? I think starting Marlin is better because he can give Mazraoui a tougher challenge, whereas Somerville is actually far more dangerous when he comes off the bench. You can bring him on as a massive X-factor later in the game. Go ahead with Daniel Malin. He promises more tactical continuity at least. Looking at this Morocco team, Yassine Bounou will be in goal. I'm thinking there will be a few changes in defense. Issa Diop will start here alongside Chadi Riyad. Diop was rested recently, so he'll be fresh. But my brothers, let's be honest, the biggest battle on the pitch is right here. We usually ask, where will the biggest battle be? Will the game be won in the midfield? I think the game will literally be won or lost right when Brian Brobby is running full speed at these two centre-backs. Oh my God, Brian Brobby against Chadi Riyad and Issa Diop. You know, Morocco's entire defensive game plan will be figured out around how to completely cut Brobby off from the match. The entire effort of their midfield, Ben Seguir and El Khanous, will be to cut off the passing lanes so Brobby doesn't receive the ball. Because if they manage to find Brobby at his feet, there is absolutely no way you are stopping this guy. The man is a literal monster. Most importantly, if Gakpo breaks free down the wide channel and puts in a cutback while Brobby is charging into the box, Diop and Chadi Riyad will have to be steps ahead of him. If you're hoping to chase him down from behind and make a recovery tackle, it's not happening, my brothers. If you don't have a clear spatial advantage over this guy, Brobby will absolutely punish you on those cutbacks. So he is a major danger here. Mazraoui will play at left back for me. Yahia Atiat-Allah won't start. Mazraoui will be right there. Brahim Diaz, El Khanous, and Ounahi will play behind the striker, and Amine Adli will likely lead the line as the striker. So obviously, the midfield battle is top tier. Another incredible matchup will be Cody Gakpo against Achraf Hakimi, and Daniel Malin going up against Mazraoui, and later against Somerville. But I really want to see what Morocco does when they are in possession. If you ask me what Morocco's biggest strength is, it's their transition play, their counterattacks, and their pure elite ballers. They have immense quality, not just in the starting 11, but also coming off the bench. Think about players like Oussama El, Azouzi, Amir Richardson, or Ismail Saibari. They have so many quality ballers. Even though most of them are young, this is going to be a massive test for them at this World Cup. Youssef En-Nesyri also scored in the last match, and the guy is an incredibly talented player, so I believe he will also be scratching to get onto the pitch. I think this match will be a showcase of pure quality, but it will also come down to experience. Because the Netherlands national team possesses significantly more tournament experience, in my opinion, the Netherlands edges this match. If I have to give a slight advantage to one side, I am going with the Netherlands. But then again, we all saw what happened last time Morocco knocked out the best of the best, so you can never count them out. Obviously, they have a new manager now, Mohamed Ouabi, who wasn't there last time. How Ouabi manages this younger squad will be key. Maybe more senior players like Amrabat can come on later to stabilize things. I don't think this game goes to extra time. I feel we will get a definitive result within the 90 minutes. But then again, you never know, this is the FIFA World Cup. Anything can happen. You have two elite top-tier goalkeepers going head-to-head. Yassine Bounou on one side and Bart Verbruggen on the other. This is an absolute blockbuster fixture, and making a definitive prediction is incredibly tough. Let me show you this bracket real quick. Whoever wins between the Netherlands and Morocco will face Canada in the next round. Whichever team advances from here, I expect them to be qualitatively better than Canada to move through to the quarterfinals. So, I think both teams should use this as a massive motivation. Just win this single match, and Canada is waiting in the next round. While you can never underestimate anyone, on paper, Canada wouldn't be as tactically difficult to face as the Netherlands or Morocco. So whether the Netherlands wins or Morocco wins, they will play Canada in the round of 16, and my favorites would instantly be the winner of this match. Though huge congratulations to Canada, guys. They have achieved a truly historic feat, and I want to applaud them for that. By the way, I have already talked in detail about Canada in a previous video, so make sure to check that out. It's a highly interesting video. Don't miss it. Will the Dutch defense fold under pressure again? Or can they survive Morocco's lethal counterattacks? Keep watching because this tactical breakdown reveals exactly where this game will be won or lost. So, my final prediction here is still going to be the Netherlands. As of right now, I don't have major doubts. Even in some of their recent fixtures, like the Sweden game particularly, Sweden held 50% possession, took 16 shots with 8 on target, and generated almost an identical XG to the Netherlands. Yet the Netherlands somehow scored 5 goals in that match, 5 goals from just 10 shots and a 2.6 XG. But they also conceded 16 shots and 8 on target, meaning Verbruggen and a defensive masterclass saved them. If a similar scenario happens in this match, guys, they might not get lucky again. If Morocco takes 16 shots with 8 on target and gets 26 touches inside the penalty box, creating 2 or 3 big chances, a couple of those are definitely ending up in the back of the net. The probability is extremely high. The Netherlands cannot afford to play a game like that again. The scoreline against Sweden looks deeply impressive, but on the pitch, the Netherlands was far from perfect, especially in defensive transitions. I think they took that match a bit lightly, but they cannot take Morocco lightly. If they play open football like that, the game will get dangerously close, and the Netherlands could easily lose. Still, as of right now, I don't think the Netherlands will make the same mistake twice. They will definitely learn from their errors, which is why I am predicting a win for the Netherlands. You guys tell me, what do you think? That wraps up our previews for both of these massive matches. I've made a completely separate, highly detailed preview for Brazil versus Japan as well, so you can check that video out next, and I will link the Canada video right here so you can watch it right after this one. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I am a new channel, please support guys. Thank you. See you in the next one.